Alrighty, so this video is a supplement that doesn't actually go through a syllabus, but that will go through BYU Learning Suite for this course. This course right now is unpublished, so some of the things I'll show you are going to be from the instructor view, but hopefully this will help familiarize you to some of the locations on Learning Suite, especially if you're new to BYU or if you're confused where to submit different things. Here's just the home page. As you can see, the semester hasn't started, so there's nothing posted here. When Brother Griffin makes announcements via email, they will appear here on the right-hand side for students to scroll through. And that's essentially the best part of the homepage. On the Contents tab, as you can see, I haven't finished uploading everything because I'm recording the syllabus videos right now. But here's where you'll find every video that I've recorded. This is the last one I'm doing. It's a little tour of Learning Suite. And you can come here and you can see access to any of the things. These syllabus supplements go with the syllabus. They're extensions of the syllabus. And all students are held accountable for the information here. As you can see, I haven't uploaded them. But when I do upload them, they're going to go right there. Key university policies right here are also part of the syllabus. Students are expected to read and are held accountable to the information emailed by Brother Griffin and or the TAs. So keep up on that. So this is under the Contents tabs where you can find the syllabus supplements. Here's the syllabus videos. This is information for late add students. This only applies to students who add the course after the semester starts. Here's TA office hours. These office hours are potentially old. I don't know. I'm not going to be the TA specifically over for this course, so when you do get access to the Learning Suite for your course, this is where you can come to meet with the TA. Make sure that when you do come and meet with your TA, you have already checked, the syllabus videos, frequently asked questions, and if you're bringing an assignment, make sure you have printed out your assignment and have annotated it where you feel you answer each of the questions of the syllabus clearly, because often if a student comes in without that, we just ask them to leave and come back with it. And normally when a student prints out their assignment and annotates it, they find out where they just didn't answer a question and they lost points. Here are some key university policies. These are all part of the syllabus. Make sure you understand these. Like I mentioned in the SMART project video, here's a list of ideas. It's not comprehensive, but if you have no idea what to do for a SMART project, you can come here and try and find one that works best for you. Make sure your SMART project does tie to the scriptures that you're covering in that course, and there's also something tangible being created. Here are the serious study principles that we talk about in the weekly assignments video. Before you set your goal for your serious study, you should come here and read all of these quotes. It really shouldn't take you too long. For option 1 of the paper, you can come here and find different tools or articles written by professors. As you can see here, this one written by Eric Huntsman, there's a link so you can go find the article, and it tells you the page count, so you can know how many pages you need to read. This is not a comprehensive list. You should check out the BYU academic resource website, which I'll try and put on the top of here. So maybe when you come here, you'll see a link to go to the BYU academic resource. This is for option 1. You can also use this for option 3 if you so feel. It's up to you. All right, here is good and bad examples of digital dialogues. These are full form entries that received full points, well, at least high marks at least. And then you get down here, and these are entries that really did not do well. So if you're confused what your entry should include, here's an idea of where you can come and compare your things. Brother Griffin might include other things below on the Contents tab for specific classes. Now these, I believe, are for Christ in the Everlasting Covenant class. Your class may not have these, but all classes will have these on their Contents page. Okay, digital dialogues. As you can see, nothing is here is posted, but throughout the semester, if I go to instructor view, this is what it looks like from the TA perspective. You can see all of the forms that are going to come up throughout the semester. They've already been created, and when they, I believe, Tuesday at 12 a.m., so Tuesday morning, they open up because it's right after the close of last week's post. And when you come here, you can see Laurel is the TA for this class. There's all this information that is a brief part of the syllabus. It's not the entire thing, but it's a reminder of what you should do. And you just click reply, and then you can write out your form right here. Wow, that form would not do well. And then you can just quickly read 3 other ones that you find, and you can go through. As you can see, we can just blatantly see what students have not submitted their random form. It's not a hard thing to see who hasn't done it. And as well as it tells us on the discussions right here, it'll tell us how many students have submitted it. So that you'll come here every week to submit. Do not submit one form for one week in another week's form. They are never open at the same time. So you cannot make the mistake of clicking the long run. The only times you can submit a form in a location is when it's open to submit. So if you submit class of 4 and 6 of September form here, that means you submitted it late if you submit it in 11 and 13. The class email is a really cool page that we've done. It's a little digital dialogue thing where Laurel, or the other TA, whoever is going to copy and paste all of the emails she sends out to the entire class right here. It's a really cool feature because, one, in case you didn't get an email, you can come here and see it. Or when this has about 20 emails on it, you can simply command find and search for paper, and you can see everything she said about the paper. Now, this is blank right now because she hasn't sent any class emails, but you should use this tool. And we're also going to be aware that this tool exists. So if a student comes and tells us they didn't get the class email, we're going to let them know that this was discussed about in the syllabus and in the videos, and it's on the digital dialogue thing, so students should very well have access. Frequently asked questions is a page that has the questions. That's me and Laurel, so Laurel will probably go through and change these a little bit so it shows her photo, where we are commonly asked questions throughout. Like, I've been doing this for years, so these are the questions I know people ask. Come here and see if there's a question here. You know, I answered all the questions in my assignments, but I still lost points. I can't make the TA office hours. What should I do? I took a quiz, but when I looked on the score, it gave me a 0. Why is that, you know? I feel like I don't deserve the points I gave myself. What can I do? Oh, see, look at here. She's already done. I emailed the TA and I never got a response. So for the 250 class, she's put her email here when I think my email is right there. So she's corrected that, which is great. And there's just so many answers we've provided here for students. If when reading this, you're like, wait, I don't understand this. If your email isn't here, you can email the TA, or you can just click here and be like, hey, that didn't make sense. You know, I can't do, right? Blah, 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 blah. And then the TA can answer it here, and it can provide information for future students, or you can email the TA. Use this as a resource, please. It saves you time and it saves us time, especially during the grace period. Remember, I said in other videos, during the grace period, the TA is not going to be able to give you any help that would be unfair to other students. You can use this as a tool, and you should. Okay, the exams tab, this is where you come to take your exams. I think on the student view, you wouldn't be able to view any of them. That makes sense. Let me see if I can publish this. Can I see it now? I can, but I can't take it. No, I can't. Okay, cool. So when the exams come up, you're going to see the exams here. It talks about when they open, they close. All weekly assignments are due Saturday at 11 p.m., but they close Monday at 11 p.m. So this close date is the Monday close date at the end of the grace period, not the due date. The due date is 2 days prior on Saturday. Okay, so when you take a quiz, you just click, I'm going to start the exam. Did I attend class? I totally attended class. How many points do I deserve for attending class? Well, I went, but I checked my phone a couple times, texted my friend, and I got distracted on Facebook, so I'm going to give myself a 3. I did attend class on Thursday. That time I did way better. I think I deserve full credit. Here's where you talk about your serious study goal, right? So my serious study goal is, blah, blah, blah. You need to answer how much time is reasonable and how you're going to make it serious. Remember, a minimum of 15 minutes and something to make it more than just that. Okay, and then save and continue. Okay, please record how many points you honestly deserve for your digital dialogue. Okay, if you get to this point and you haven't written your digital dialogue yet, don't do this. Go and do your digital dialogue and then come back. Don't make the mistake of giving yourself points because you're planning on doing something. But I did write mine and I read 3 other things before submitting this quiz. So it talks about it right there. Okay, and here's your SMART project. There's the SMART project supplement syllabus and the syllabus, or that video for that supplement. So you can check out a bunch of information about what this thing's. By this point, you should know what your project is. So my project is to read Jesus the Christ by James E. Talmage. I don't know how you spell that name. Thought it was that, but it's not. Anyway, you do that, and then you answer the next question, and then you go below and you do M. Okay, and then you go below and you do A, Sorry the box is so small, I wish it wasn't, but that's not really in my power. And right there you can just submit, and you can see how these are all broken up into different things. The TA is going to come through and check your SMART project and your serious study goal for your first week. And then you hit finish and submit. And then it is submitted. And if you want, you can retake your exam. We let students retake their exam because maybe they gave themselves a 0 because they didn't do a digital dialogue. But then Saturday night, they found that they had time and they did it before the due date. And so they want to come back and give themselves points. So they hit start exam. Okay? If you accidentally restart a second exam and then click finish and submit, you'll give yourself a 0. Please don't make that mistake. If you do make that mistake, email the TA. Going back to the exam list, the first exam is one of the few exams where you actually have to write out stuff. Exams 2 through 13, I believe, maybe 2 through 12. You just have to click, how many points for different sections. And we trust you. We believe in your integrity. So be sure you're doing the appropriate things. If I go to the grades tab, it tells you what assignments are in the quiz. So obviously this is what I submitted. I gave myself a 0 because I took it a second time. So that's why I see a 0 here. Paper 1 and paper 2, I can submit early. You can see the due dates, but you can always submit it early. So towards you can lose points. There's the syllabus amendment. And then you just click view and submit. I'm not a student, so I can't submit an assignment. But that's where you just click submit and you can submit your assignment. Okay? Twice in the semester, you're going to see that there's going to be a random form entry. We'll do that at the start of the semester and then at the end of the semester, covering every form in the class. So make sure that you're doing that because this is in total 6% of your grade. Okay, and then there's the SMART project report that I've talked about in the syllabus supplement video for that. You click submit. When you go to view and submit it, there should be a box right here where you can type what you want to submit, and especially if you're going to be doing links for a video, that's where you submit your links. So that little submission box that comes up right here is when you submit your submission notes that has a link to the video. Okay, and then there's the midterm and final exam. As a TA, we only grade these 3 things. So what's that? 15%, 16%? Wait, that's absurdly high. Oh, this doesn't have every quiz. Okay. If you look on the syllabus, you can see what a TA grades. We only grade the papers, the random forms, and the SMART projects, which papers are about 10% of your grade, forms are about 4% of your grade, and SMART project is 3% of your grade. So we grade about 17% of your final grade. That means students who completely fail their papers, random form entries, and SMART projects can still get, an 83 in the class? And students don't fail all of those. you can see that a majority of your grade in this class will come from your weekly quizzes and your exams. So make sure you're on top of that. Also use the what if calculator. That thing's amazing. And then you get to the syllabus. This is where you can download the main course syllabus that we discuss as the general syllabus, which has these syllabus supplements to it. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully you feel more comfortable using Learning Suite. If you run into a Learning Suite issue, you need to contact Learning Suite. Sometimes Learning Suite goes down. That's not us. You need to make sure that you're doing things. Learning Suite can sometimes be kind of tricky. So when you're going to submit a digital dialogue, for instance, when you go here to submit your digital dialogue for the class of September 4th and September 6th, I would not type it out right here. I would type it out in a Word document and then copy and paste it and then save it. If you type it out right there and Learning Suite crashes on you, it won't be saved. And if it's after the grace period, we can't make exceptions. So be very careful not to make that mistake. Okay, I wish you guys the best of luck. Let me know if you have any questions by emailing the TA email. Do not email me via this. You can even see in past semesters how many times students do it, and I always just respond, hey, make sure you email the TA email. Make sure you email the TA email. Because I have to use the TA email. So good luck, everybody. I wish you the best in the course.